the printed community newspaper is and will be an important and viable tool for disseminating local news.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
What is your take on the print market right now? How are we doing? How are we looking compared to years past?
The printed community newspaper is and will be an important and viable tool for disseminating local news. The difficulty is not so much in covering the news as we have in the past. The difficulty is in selling advertising. Our jobs, our mission is certainly not to sell advertising. Our mission is to cover the news. However, in order to feed ourselves, we have to sell advertising to support our mission. It's the advertising side, as you know, being in the industry, that has been hit the hardest due to the changing landscape for advertising sales, given Facebook and Google and others. That is not to say that print newspapers are not, even are at small community levels, are not reaching out on a digital basis. So we are definitely using the tools that some of the bigger operations have been using and starting to use them effectively and monetizing them. But in our markets, the print is still going to be the most important feature of our operations. I don't have any publications that have more than 5% digital readership. So we're definitely tied to print.
What do publishing companies and newspapers need to be thinking of right now, especially coming out of the pandemic? What do they need to be thinking about right now in terms of business model or adaptation to not only survive and keep their heads above water, but remain profitable?
The important thing is going to be to do now is to maintain or reestablish, if you've lost, contacts with your biggest advertisers who have pulled out because of COVID, and make sure that you're maintaining those contacts, and that when the economy improves, you can hop right back into some business with doing some business with them. In terms of readership, I think it's important to note that many of us got a bump during this period. So what that says to us is when there is a crisis or when there is something going on that people are really focused on, we have an important role to play. So let's think about other things that we can play an important role in a way maybe we haven't thought about. So be more forward thinking, perhaps, in our coverage, more systemic in our coverage rather than only spot news. Help people plan for their futures, the futures of their communities. And we can play a great role in that. So I think that a lot of us were inspired by the fact that, people turned to us during this crisis. So what does that mean for the future of our coverage? And to think that through, that's going to be vital.
Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. And also make sure to connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For all of your business news, visit BusinessJournalDaily.com. For all of your arts and entertainment news, go to AfterHoursYoungstown.com.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.